start up. So this is our 27th Permaculture Design Certification graduation presentation in New York City. Over 500 people who have studied what you're studying here. And really what makes this course unique is that we're empowering you to redesign cities with permaculture. And often I make the joke that 50% of the population is left out by most permaculture design courses because they focus on country, homesteading, back to the land applications. Well, 50% of the world actually lives in cities. And if everybody in your course learns how to design an eco-village in Costa Rica, they don't actually learn how to redesign the place that's relevant to 50% of humanity. And I often also joke and say, although not totally a joke, that it's narcissistic, ecotopic escapism that powers this drive to learn permaculture as a back-to-the-lander modality. And what you're going to see is about a dozen different applications of how to apply permaculture in the urban landscape, in the suburban landscape, in the tri-state area that's watershed-based and that's looking holistically at how do we redesign, retool, reconfigure, and ultimately retrofit an industrial infrastructure that is based on long-distance transportation, import-export economies. We didn't say that in one sentence. And then having something that's more regionally resilient, that isn't so utterly held hostage to the fossil fuel monstrosity right now that feeds us, houses us, and clothes us, intoxifies us, and gives us an inglorious premature death. And instead, we could actually have autonomy, integrity, and create a future inheritance that has real equity instead of a disastrous monstrosity that nobody in their right mind could morally or ethically endorse, which is the present economy as it exists. So retrofitting, retooling, reskilling is what the course is about. And what you'll see these designs really exemplifies how each student in this program gets to personalize what they're learning. Not do a group design for a yoga ashram that already has a dozen permaculture designs that they did nothing with, but actually have each student do a design and then have some understanding of how to personally apply what they've learned rather than some abstracted application of a discipline that isn't actually personally relevant or meaningful. So the point of our program is to skill people up in how to do this at their own personal scale, as well as how to do it at a regional scale, so that we're going from two different spectrums of design. How do we design in a way that's desire-driven and truly respecting individual freedoms, and at the same time design in a way that makes sense for the collective well-being of our overall way of living at a regional scale. So, our first design. Sam? Awesome. Thanks, folks.